Well, good morning. Good morning. The movie last night got a lot of good ratings. It was like a very action-packed type of movie because it's about airplanes flying around in the air. I don't like Tom Cruise, but he was in the movie. Despite that, it was still a good movie. And the reason I don't like Tom Cruise, I don't know about you, how do you define a good actor in a movie? To me, a good actor in a movie, you don't know that it's Tom Cruise. I don't even know the name of his character, but whatever his character was, right? And with Tom Cruise, you know it's Tom Cruise. Also, probably I'm jealous because how good looking he is, and I don't have the looks of Tom Cruise. That might be a reason, but we'll leave that for another day to talk about. But the thing is this, is that it's the same thing in our relationships. It's like, what is the difference between what Jesus is saying here about our relationships with others and being in right relationship with others as opposed to what happened in the Old Testament? And so he's challenging these Pharisees and scribes to look that there's not necessarily a change in the law. Jesus didn't add 10 more commandments. He didn't bring in a Bill of Rights. He didn't discuss ways in which the laws are going to change. The 10 Commandments are still written into every human heart and published on Mount with Moses and still lived out today. So the challenge isn't really about a new type of law. The challenge is that Jesus is now with the Holy Spirit giving us a way for us to disappear so the Holy Spirit can appear in our relationships. It's a way for us to be so in love with God because God can now dwell inside of us so that what really comes out is the love that God has for the person. And all we're doing is representing God in that relationship. And I think the challenge becomes, if you think about relationships of friends, of relatives, or of parents, and sometimes it's really hard. And so we ask ourselves, Jesus is asking here, he's challenging us not even to get angry with them. And I would say it's going even to another level. Definitely don't hate somebody. And how easy it is to do that. And so the Lord is giving us the way to not hate others, to not be angry with others, by sending the Holy Spirit to us. And for me, one of the great gifts, or one of the great ways in which the Holy Spirit works for us, is by comforting us. Jesus calls the Holy Spirit the great comforter. And if we are comfortable in our own identity in God, that's where we can disappear and the love of God can appear. Despite the fact that the relationship is challenging, or the person is bothering me, or there's things that they do that really kind of throw me. And I would press even deeper and say that how much more those of us who have been confirmed can rely on that saint that we asked to be our confirmation sponsor saint. You remember your saint that you chose? Those saints are in heaven winning those graces for us. And through the power of the Holy Spirit, it's as if they're mailing that to us. When was the last time you asked your confirmation saint to help you in a relationship with a friend, with a family, or so forth? Because that's how so many times the Lord blesses us, through the intercession of great saints. And today we have a great saint in St. Ephrem, and he was called the harp of the Holy Spirit. Why? Because he brought church music, liturgical music. He took the words of God and turned it into song. And maybe that's really the heart of it all, right? To take whatever it is that the love of God has for us, turn that into songs that we love to be able to play and hear it from ourselves, because the Holy Spirit loves to comfort us through those beautiful hymns that we have. And so today, let us allow the Holy Spirit to kind of play the harp in our hearts so that when we relate to other people, they hear that great love that the Lord has for them.